Hey everybody, welcome to Kame House Party. I'm Vince.
I'm Aaron.
This is the podcast where Aaron and I get together every week and we talk about Dragon Ball. We watch the episode, we come onto the pod to talk about it in a fun and comedic way. There are bits, there's skits, there's improv, all for your enjoyment as we attempt to watch every single episode and iteration of Dragon Ball that there is. We are now talking about Z. That's right, we're into Z. And before we get into today's episode specifically, we got to do some things. We got to clean up a little bit. Something we like to call Kame housekeeping, because you never want to bring somebody into a house party and there's trash everywhere and there's the person there from the night before is still on the couch and it's like covered in crusted beer and Cheetos and popcorn because you decided to just throw things at them to see what stick.
A fine defensive film.
Exactly.
Of party accoutrement. Like how a sloth grows moss on it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like a sloth to moss. This is our protective layer of podcast logistics. Boom. I did it. I put it all together.
Yep. I won't question it at all because you can't.
Can't do it. Tight. And the first piece of Kame housekeeping is, and I can say this definitively at this point, the world famous 1 minute roundup.
I've never been on a train before.
Oh, my dear. Well, there's nothing to fear. It's not like they say in all those silly news stories. Trains are not powered by ghosts. It's steam.
Aww. What? Then why'd I bring this Ouija board and this crystal ball? I thought we were gonna go ghost hunting.
No, my dear. We're going to meet my family. My family who I've been telling you about. And we have to take this train. I thought perhaps you were just bringing these things to do as a hobby. I don't think I fully understood the extent to which you were. Hey,
I got a wax. Continue. I interrupted.
It's fine. I was just going to put into air quotes, ghost hunter.
I have this wax cylinder recorder. If I increase the volume and attach a very large sound horn on it, you know that part.
Of course. How else do I listen to my radio?
If we're very quiet, maybe we can hear some ghost talking from the train.
Okay, I'll try to be quiet. All aboard!
I want a sandwich.
Sandwich cars in the back there, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
All aboard!
Stick up.
Oh no, a stick up.
Yep, everybody on this train, give me your money.
Oh no! Wait, shouldn't we do something?
Shh, we're getting something. I think someone's trying to say, help me.
Help me, there's a train robbery going on here.
Oh my, train robbery! No!
Not my jewels about my neck.
Oh please, someone help get the sheriff!
Oh wow, this must be the past? And what happened on this train all those years ago?
Josephine, this is not the past. This is happening now. I could.
You're ruined. Look, you never respect my hobbies.
Oh wow.
And just, can you please support me?
I will. I cannot support. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, mister, you got I
Oh,
like that fancy hat and that fancy watch. Hand 'em over.
what say you, good gentlemen? Perhaps we could find a compromise. I could give you this hat, and I could
Ooh, it's
give
getting
you.
really juicy.
I could give you. This is real. I'm right next to you. I could give you this.
I
hat.
have to watch I have to keep my eyes on the cylinder to make sure it's recorded correctly. I can't look up. It's very precise work.
You see, this is why I'm so sexually frustrated, because you're always looking at that goddamn cylinder.
Whoa, TMI, buddy. We just want your watch. I don't need
Take
to know.
it, goddammit! I haven't had sex in 14 months.
And scene.
That was, multi-layered.
Hey, look, I mean, sometimes when we get transported into the West, anything can happen.
Some nice backline support as well.
I mean, we had the whole gang in there on that one.
Mm-hmm.
The suite of improvisers that we rarely use for that scene all came to play today.
They followed the fear and they got out there.
They got off the back line and started making game moves, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And for you listener, in case you're like, wait, what the heck was that? That is an improvised Western scene that we do to limber up the improv muscles for the rest of the show, lengthen and strengthen our sense of game and what is funny. And then that gets us into the 1 minute roundup proper. Last episode, we had a fan send us their own 1 minute roundup, and it was fantastic. And I honestly teared up a little bit. This time,
well, I'm upset you didn't accentuate the fan in fantastic.
You know what?
Who are you even more?
I don't know. Maybe I've been body snatched. Who could say?
All right, we won't. Maybe we'll explore this later.
Maybe we'll explore this later. but to continue,
might come back up, but who knows?
To continue, the 1 minute roundup itself is where one of us, this time Aaron, has to summarize everything that has happened in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z to this point. And that we are 6 episodes in, so Aaron has to summarize everything in Dragon Ball, all 153 episodes, and then all 6 episodes of Dragon Ball, all in 60 seconds. Aaron, are you ready?
I am, Vince. Audible air quotes. In 3, 2, 1. Oh no, I started with a cough. Dragon Ball is about, the premise is about 7 magic crystal balls. If you collect them all, you get any which you want. And it mainly stars Goku, who was a little boy. He had a tail, and he went on a bunch of adventures involving karate. One involved him beating up a goblin named Pilaf, who was trying to take over the world. Then he trained with his buddy and his master for a tournament, which he got second place to because his master beat him up incognito. Then he beat up a militia because he's trying to find one of the balls because it's precious to him. And in doing so, he fought a bunch of monsters and then hung out with his grandpa after fighting him. Then he trained for a bunch and entered the tournament again. But this time he got second place to a Triclops who is who maybe killed him once. Who knows? Then he avenged his friend's death, because the Demon King Piccolo came and tried to take over the world, and Goku stopped that by drinking water. Then he went into the third tournament and fought that guy's son, and then he got married, and he won that one. And then he grew up, and now his son is kidnapped, and his brother's dead? Ah!
Ooh.
Ugh. Oh, no alarm. Come on.
Jeez.
Phone?
We are losing it right now. We don't know if... Oh, I mean, we do know that Vince is here. Right here. Hi, I'm Vince. Here, speaking to you.
Yep. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 antenna.
I mean, no antenna, Aaron. I don't have antennas.
Oh, let me rub my eyes. Yep, you're fine.
Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know what you were thinking either. But I know what the audience is thinking. Wow. Thanks for summarizing everything that's happened in Dragon Ball up to this point, Aaron. And why we do that, fair listener, is so you don't have to go back and listen to every single episode of the podcast to get caught up to where we are now. You also don't have to go back and watch every episode of Dragon Ball to get to where we are now. We decided to give you a little cheat code in life through our 1 minute roundup. So that being said, of course, if you want to dive deeper into some of the things you heard in the 1 minute roundup, then go back and listen to our archived episodes, go back and watch the episodes, do all that stuff. We're just saying it's not a prereq, you know? You're still going to get into the Dragon Ball Z 201 without having to take Dragon Ball language and then Dragon Ball 102. You're fine. And now, with that out of the way, we can move on to the second piece of Kame housekeeping, which is where I tell you, the listener, that Aaron and I watched 2 different versions of the show. I watched the English dubbed version, while Aaron watches the Japanese subtitled version. And look, if we went back in time, would we fix the mistake that we made? No. This is not a baby Hitler situation. We love the mistake that we made and we cherish it until this day. If you go back in time and try to stop us from watching the different episodes, God, there'll be hell to pay. Or future Trunks. He'll come get you.
Just don't dress up. You don't have to. You don't have to be in a hazmat suit and say your name is Darth Vader and put a Walkman on our head.
Yeah, please. Please.
None of that.
We're above that, okay? But Aaron, what we're not above is having to read these two different titles of the episode. I think we've gotten into a good rhythm, and I will start with the English title of Dragon Ball Z Episode 7. Day 1.
Boo.
Hey, who just booed me?
Me, Aaron.
Oh.
Day 1?
I know, very lame. It's not even written out. It's just the number.
Look, proper English teaches us that you write out all numbers before 100.
Exactly.
The one rule I remembered in English class.
And you were always a very good boy, I can tell.
Nope. Several notes home.
No, did they pin them? Did they pin them to your shirt?
They weren't pinned. But I'm bad at homework. If it's something I have to do outside of class, it ain't getting done.
Look, I don't know what they thought when they were like, hey, why don't we make school a little bit less than the average adult work day to give them work to do when they get home and bother their parents with it? Just keep the kids a few more hours and let them do all their homework then.
I guess the question is, why? So you're either saying that, look, our school system is flawed and we cannot teach you, we are not equipped to teach you everything we need to teach you within this span of time that you're here. Or it's either admit that school or admit that it's a malicious practice.
Admit it, schools.
School, come on. You're all
Come on, American educational system. Show us your true colors. Show us that you just want to put down the kids.
Admit it. You hate kids having fun. You love stressing them the fuck out.
A 2-page essay? Ew. Yeah.
More math problems. Maybe if you taught them right the first time.
Yeah, maybe if you taught me in a way where I got it, I would have to practice it.
Look, this title is dividing us as a country.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
We need to get back on track.
Choo choo.
Because watch out for ghosts. Because the Japanese title, roughly translated for episode 7 of Dragon Ball Z, is Survival with Dinosaurs, Gohan's Harsh Training.
God damn it, that title's great. I just got day 1?
Yep.
It's not even...
That's what they took.
It's not even like day 1, Dino Day. Nothing. No sub... all right, we're moving on.
Piccolo's Cruel Orientation Pamphlet.
Piccolo's Syllabus Week. If you're not in college yet, you'll learn. Syllabus Week. The only week every year. Oh, it's like 2 weeks a year, one for each semester, that you just get to do nothing.
It's time to train Gohan, kind of?
Yeah. We're into Gohan training. I think one of the things we were both concerned about, the way the last episode cut away from Piccolo demanding that Gohan take off his clothes. It's fine. It was just the outermost layer.
Mm-hmm. But it's still, that's right where it starts, is Gohan crying while stripping, and it's very unsettling. And he folds his clothes.
He does.
He folds his little tunic.
He does. Gohan folds his little tunic next to him while Piccolo's yelling at this 4-year-old that it's time.
That is important to reiterate for this whole episode.
Gohan is 4 years old. I think he may just make the cutoff for current day pre-K. Maybe. He might be too young for pre-K.
Yeah, this fool's still in daycare.
The quotes out of this conversation, Aaron quotes, that Piccolo has with Gohan is very one-sided. It's like, it's time to be a man. He actually says that.
In Piccolo's eyes, he was a man way before he was 4.
That's true. Piccolo was a man probably at 3, And now Piccolo is 8. So he can safely say, when I was your age, I had already fought your father.
God, Piccolo's just a boomer. He's just telling the young people how to live their lives because they have different life experiences than his.
God.
Times were different 5 years ago.
When there were no Saiyans, everyone was a man.
No one was from space. You're either a demon, a human, an animal person, or a non-human creature.
Or a spirit brought back by fortune teller Baba.
Yeah, that was a possibility.
I think a few more highlights from this conversation that I wrote down. Piccolo saying, "You'll laugh at your fears when you find out who you really are." Doesn't that sound like some what's his name? The giant guy that does all the self-help stuff? Oh,
Tim Robbins.
Yes. Doesn't that sound like Tim Robbins delivered that?
In mine, at least. It is very harsh. Some might say cruel at the beginning. But towards the end, he becomes weirdly supportive. I don't know if that comes across in yours.
Yeah, his tone is more subdued and matter of fact. Like, he's like, we're gonna need you to fight the Saiyans. You've got so much potential.
Yeah, he's like, you got power. You just have to find a way to tap into it. So it's like, I believe in you, buddy. I mean, you piece of shit. I'll rip your throat out.
You spoiled brat. If you were Goku's son, I'd kill you already.
If you were Goku's son, I'd adopt you legally. Wait,
huh?
No, what's happening to me? Did we come to the point where we didn't talk about the actual plan of what's happening yet, did we?
No, we haven't talked about the logistics of Piccolo's plan.
He's got 1 year to train little Gohan for the upcoming Saiyans. And he's like, all right, first step, survive.
Survive.
If you can last 6 months without dying, then I'll teach you how to fight. 6 months?
It's a long time.
That might be too long.
Yeah, I kind of get it, but...
How long is boot camp?
How long is boot camp?
Like 2 months? Then you're ready to die for our country?
Ooh. Oh, that is... I should know that. I had a friend go through boot camp.
It's not long. It's not 6 months.
No, it's definitely not 6 months. I think you're right. I think it is like a couple of months.
Yeah, I feel like you waste a lot of fighting time, a lot of fight training time, because this is just a mental thing. You're breaking. It's classic. Break them down to build them back up. You got to remove all his perceived notions about what life is. Mm-hmm. I think after a month, I'd be like, okay, I fucking get it. Life is hard. I'll stop crying. Please just trade me.
It is hard to imagine. Like, could you imagine leaving a 4-year-old just like out right now? Like that's
out
where
in the rain.
Yeah, out in the rain.
I left this 4-year-old on top of my car. Damn it.
I forgot to bring the 4-year-old out in again.
It's like those 2 liters that you don't put in bags.
Oh yeah. Too big.
You just kind of forget about it. Mm-hmm. Leave it in the car.
You leave it in the garage. Then you're worried why. You're like, I know I bought Dr. Pepper. Where is it? You go to the store, you come back, and Dr. Pepper's just crying in your garage.
Gohan, amongst his many cries, which were very annoying in this episode. I don't know if I can recommend a watch for this episode.
I'm with you on that.
This is probably the best way to deliver this information to you.
I mean, I could try to cry, but I don't think the podcast would be better for it, so I won't.
No. Gohan says, "No way, I'll die of loneliness."
That's very cute. That's very cute.
Really, not the not eating.
Oh, Gigi brought that soft millennial up well. I'll die of loneliness and unfulfillment.
I'll die of ennui. My melancholy's coming again. How can I survive such harsh environs when my soul is as desolate as this place? That's right, I'm a Byron-esque poet, Gohan. Sort of adding on to that, he's like, well, what about food? And then he just lists things like, well, what about a bed? What about books? What about notebooks and pencils?
Notebooks and pencils and books, oh my!
What about my writing, my poetry?
He does at one point cryingly say, but what about my homework?
Piccolo, carve some lockers into the side of a mountain and stuff this kid in there. How'd you get a girlfriend? Go later on.
I mean, they do explore that in great depth in the actual series and in DBZ Kakarot, which I finished. Boom!
I did not. I'm so behind.
I'm finally done, and I can't wait for you to be done as well.
We can't. I know we can't again. We all know DBZ Kakarot is ruining this podcast.
It's ruining podcasts and lives.
Remember when I said Gohan was scared because he said he'd die of loneliness? Piccolo's slam to that is, you won't be lonesome. This place is teeming with wild beasts thirsty for blood.
Piccolo seemed to be having a little too much fun tearing this kid down in certain ways.
There's some projection for sure.
Of course.
He's taking his feelings for Goku onto Gohan.
But he's true to his word. He always said to Gohan in the last episode, he's not going to go easy on him, and he can't. So then, Piccolo just ups and flies away.
Explains like, oh yeah, you can't escape because you're surrounded by desert. Haha, bye. That's for people who are wondering. That's for the audience.
Yeah.
Who's wondering why doesn't he just leave? Well, that's why. Good day. Boo.
I don't think that he explicitly says that in mine, but I do think he gives Gohan a reason not to leave. Maybe he was going to kill him or something. I don't remember.
Rip his throat out.
Heart.
Like you know what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. But we do get a nice fade cut from Gohan crying to Kame sternly looking. And at first I thought he was watching this whole thing play out, as gods do. They tend to look from on high, and the goings on of such feeble-minded, well, they're not feeble-minded anymore, but he remarks on feeling a change in Piccolo. He's like surprised that Piccolo chose to save Earth. Or how did Kame say it? Piccolo chose to train Goku's son, who may become his greatest enemy. And yeah, it's like it was almost. I wanted them to then do an X-ray of Piccolo's heart and see that it was growing slowly. Piccolo's heart, it grew 8 sizes that day. He should not, would not, could not kill his enemy's son. He could not with a gun.
We never got a license for it.
Exactly.
He failed the background check. Says here, you're trying to take over Earth. Well, that was my dad, technically, but...
But look, Piccolo accepted that. He moved on. He found more ways to eventually defeat his enemies that aren't regulated. Key can't be regulated, folks.
I got mad at the scene, maybe for a reason that you're not aware of. So in this, Mr. Popo, at least in the translation, they gave him a very broken English, Tarzan-y sort of way of speaking, which I don't think they did before, did they?
No.
Here's an example. Popo thinks so too. The old Daimo not make Goku's son strong. Like, what?
What? No.
There's some articles missing here, bud.
Popo is a sophisticated man.
Who knows how long he's lived?
Yeah.
He's more powerful than Kid Goku. He could have beat up Kid Goku for most of Dragon Ball. What are we doing?
Man.
I was very mad about this. Why they got to do it dirtily?
I always thought of Mr. Popo as a scholar, okay? He's got all kinds of martial arts knowledge. He knows how to make creepy dolls. He's also the advisor to God. Why would he speak in broken English?
That fool knows like 7 languages.
Mm-hmm.
He went to school specifically to be a diplomat.
Popo the poli-sci major.
Mm-hmm. Minor in whatever language, I don't know. He picked a couple.
He you know what? He probably picked Namekian. He knew about the Kami thing. He knew what he wanted to do. And what we don't talk about is Mr. Popo's brief stint at the UN. He served under Kofi Annan. He was Kofi Annan's assistant before he became God's assistant.
That's a big old piece on your resume.
Huge. How else do you think you get to be God's assistant? You have to come correct with your resume.
And your verbal skills. I hated it. I hope it was just a one-time thing. Because this is clearly they didn't do it in the they know who Mr. Popo is in the English version.
Yeah. Mr. Popo, everybody's best friend.
We get a little lore. I don't know if you get it on your end.
Yeah.
But it's the way Kame knew that Piccolo was changing is because when he killed Raditz went directly to the afterlife. And as we learned many episodes ago, that if you're killed by someone of the Demon Clan, say a King Piccolo, a piano, a tambourine, then you don't go to the afterlife. You just kind of hang out, right?
Yep.
So because he's no longer, I guess, membership in the Demon Clan is what they called it, or what Kami called it. I guess the only requirement is evil?
But it's got to be like a complete evil.
Yeah, a full body evil transformation. You can't go to evil gym like once a week and call it good.
Aaron, I think you mispronounced it. I think it's called Equinox.
And then I think the final bit of this is that Kami's like, I'm calling it from half court. I'm dying in a year, baby. Either me or Piccolo, don't matter. I'm donezo.
Kami suggests that Piccolo also is aware of this feeling and is trying to, in my version, this kind of ends as like, perhaps Piccolo, sensing the end of his life, he is trying to leave something behind as well in this boy. Something like that.
I got something similar. He's thinking, he's not getting any younger. He's 8 years old. He's got to think about legacy.
Can't just keep cutting off his arm and leaving it around. Not gonna keep.
So we see Gohan just doing dumb shit. One, a mantis lands on next to him. He goes to pet it. And the mantis just, with his little mantis claw, just smacks him out of the way.
I love that.
As if to say, don't fucking touch me, dude.
I love that sassy ass mantis.
Oh, that man like, dude, I don't know you. You're bigger than me. No.
Bitch, I landed on you.
Look, I know I initiated this. To be fair, you look like part of the rock. I got a bunch of segmented eyes. They don't work great. I can identify predators and rocks.
You do not fit into that category, so you will not touch me.
Oh, you're definitely not a predator, bud. Oh, don't even kid yourself.
In my notes, I wrote, Gohan gets knocked over by a bug.
One bug man.
One bug!
And then his fancy church clothes. Oh, boy. The wind picks it up and puts it up on a rock, and he has to try and climb up rocks to get him back. And that's dumb. And then... But oh no, when he sees the clothes, there's a snake in it. And the snake is like, all right, finally, Gohan versus snake. Let's see what... Oh, nothing. The snake just crawls away, slithers away.
Mm-hmm.
But then the scene ends where he sees a lizard. And then, in my interpretation, with the sounds he was making, is he was pretending to be a cat and then chasing the lizard.
He was pretending to be a cat and then chasing the lizard.
And then, hopping along, he's going like, meow, 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 meow.
I don't like that. You might like this version better because he sees the lizard. He says, hey, Mr. Lizard, do you know where there's a place to stay around here?
Yeah, follow me, bud. Hey, you new here? Hey. Oh, you're big.
Hey,
what's up?
Hi. Oh, hi, Mr. Lizard.
Hey, how's it going, kid?
I'm all alone, and I need a place to stay. Do you know where?
Flask?
Huh?
I'm just drinking.
That's just a sound effect of me drinking from a flask. Continue your story.
All I wanted to know is where I could go to stay for the night.
Oh, look, the red light district is usually where I stay, but I don't think you'd fit in too well there.
You seem nice. Could I stay with you?
Oh, no, first of all, my place is a mess. 2, it's under a rock. 3, I got some priors. It's probably not the best idea. Oh, God. Oh, great. You're crying. Hey, look at me. I'm a fun lizard. I'm hopping around. That cheer you up?
Could I hop around with you, Mr. Lizard?
Yeah, we can, just don't stay too close. And if any cops say anything, you don't know me. I don't know you.
Okay. If a cop shows up, I know Mr. Lizard, and I'm going to follow him home.
Nope, that is not, nope. I did not ask you
Don't
to follow me.
Don't yell at me.
Oh, God. See, this is why I eat my kids.
Don't yell at me.
Don't yell at me!
Ah!
I miss my mom's cooking. Wow.
I was going to say this ghost lizard and I miss my body. That's all.
Wow.
And scene. I thought that was going to be deprived of comedy, but we stuck some in there.
Look, we do. You just gotta, trying to snap. Yeah, just a pinch.
It's DreamWorks rules. Just give animals funny voices, and you'll make a bunch of money.
Hey, it didn't work for Doolittle.
He's fine.
Look, Robert Downey Jr. and everybody involved is fine.
Everyone's good. The Effects Studio. Well, no, that was ILM. I assume. They'll be around forever. Anyway, look, Goku. Hey, you remember him? He's on Snake Way. As he's running, he's like, wait, why am I running like a fool when I can just jump the gaps? Quickest, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Damn right.
Is what his son Gohan taught him.
Mm-hmm. Gohan's teaching Goku about tangents.
Yep. Cosines. Other math words. I need Gohan as a tutor, I guess.
Exponentiality of equations.
Order of operations.
Mm-hmm. PEMDAS, my dear boy.
Mm-hmm.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses. Exponents. Multiplication. Division. Addition. Subtraction. Boom!
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Somebody give me an algebra problem.
Wait a minute. The real Vince doesn't know math.
I mean, PEMDAS, please excuse my dumb Aunt Sue.
Let me rub my eyes. Yep, everything's back to normal. No one has any tendrils, so we'll keep going.
Yeah. Because Vince likes people eating dinosaur masks, monsters association. Yeah.
I've heard him say all those words before, so I'm not going to think about it anymore. Because we get a taste of hell, a soupçon of hell, as he miscalculates a jump. The clouds part, a vortex dark and menacing swirls. I'm moving my hands in a swirling motion for some reason.
And now I'm swirling around.
Hands, spectral and dark, reach up to grab Goku. He tries to grab the edge of Snake Way, but ouch! It hurts for some reason. Owie, owie, ow!
I think in mine he claims it is too sharp.
Better tune that Snake Way because it's too sharp. It's weird that Goku almost went to hell for a second.
Yeah, like real casually, just like, and then I did like the comedic nature of him, like at times trying to swim away in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he used up all of the energy that it takes for him to fly, and so now he like has trouble flying. Right? That's his excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, that was pretty dark and foreboding.
I mean. We need a little bit of relief. How about a commercial?
Sure!
Hello? Am I reaching you telepathically? All humans currently listening to the Kame House Party podcast. I have to tell you something very important. It's about the future of the planet. I need all of you to lend Aaron and Vince your energy. And if you can, go to TechoCon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. April 2nd through the 5th. I'll be watching from the lookout, but I need you to make sure you can attend and or go if you're in the area. Aaron and Vince have a table in Artist Alley. Details to follow. There will be, maybe a panel or two even. Come hang out with Vince and Aaron at TechoCon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, April 2nd through the 5th. Popo might be there, so might Goku. Maybe other people dressed like me. Kame, could you imagine people dressed like God? Also, if you come to Vince and Aaron's booth, it won't just be them talking. There may be prizes akin to the Dragon Balls in nature and importance. This has been Kame reaching you telepathically from the lookout. Come by if you're able. Popo loves entertaining visitors. He just got a Nintendo Switch.
Vince, this next part, I had so much secondhand stress because we see Krillin dressed to the nines.
Oh yeah,
his old boy suit still fits him, I guess.
Hey, look, Krillin has. I don't know. Keep going.
Don't throw suits away, folks.
Don't do it.
They need hemmed. Get them hemmed, tailored, whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's an expense that should be an item you keep for a while.
Keep it as long as you can.
He is rehearsing. He's at the door of Chi-Chi's place. He is rehearsing what he's going to say to her. He's like, you know what? He's coming right back. I got this. There's no reason to be sad. But then Chi-Chi opens the door and he's like, essentially. I did like that you did a hamna 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 because that's what was going on in my head the whole time. I think hamna 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 is underused in entertainment. Bring it back. And say a Marvel movie, someone gets punched. I got to go hamna hamna hamna.
I hope in what is it? Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Falcon gets punched by Winter Soldier with that mechanical arm, and he just goes hamna 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 hamna. I miss Cap.
Auga. I'm trying to get over the darkness of my past.
Oh, the White Wolf.
But yeah, Chi-Chi opens the door, and Krillin, he just can't. He's not getting the words out. He's not explaining himself. He's also lying.
Is that how you define lying?
Yeah, by not saying the truth. Yes.
I can't quite get the words out. You lying to me?
Yeah. He's invited inside. Ox King is like, he's showing off the toys he got Gohan. He's like, oh, I can't wait to see him. It's been a year since I've seen Gohan. I don't know every family situation, but what else are you doing, bud? What else is Ox King doing?
Ox King he's got his own kingdom to worry about, man.
I don't think he does anymore.
Oh, you think after the castle was melted, he decided that it was probably not good to have a kingdom or to be a lord in that way?
I feel like, because of the circumstances, I feel like we never see Ox King with his kingdom again. The fact that Chi-Chi and them live in some hut in the woods.
Are you saying this is intentional?
I just want to know, I don't believe he's busy. That's kind of it. I mean, maybe Chi-Chi's like, no, we're going to live as a common people.
Oh, you think Chi-Chi is Meghan Markling this whole thing?
I'm throwing, you know what? Let's follow that. I've thrown up a bunch of threads, which is my fault. I'm not being clear because I'm also unclear of what I'm saying. I just think it's weird that he hasn't been around for a year, but yeah.
I agree. But I'm also now in love with the idea that Chi-Chi is the Meghan Markle of Dragon Ball.
Yeah. No, like I need a civilian life.
Yeah, so she can
wait. Technically, Goku would be Meghan Markle in this instance, and Chi-Chi would be Prince Harry.
Ah, yes. Oh, that's even better. Even better.
Goku the Commoner.
That had a brief amount of fame by winning the 23rd martial arts tournament. Yeah, he was also in that hit show Suits.
He's the only one that didn't wear a suit. He was the bad boy in the office.
Yeah, he was labeled the bad boy.
Hey, did they call that Suits because it also dealt with lawsuits and not just them wearing suits? You think that's why they called it Suits?
You know what? Now I'm starting to think that Boston Legal was more about the fact that they were doing law in Boston than anything else.
You think Community was called that because they went to a community college, but also they were a bunch of friends who created a community for themselves.
Yes, and also shut the fuck up because I just figured out that 30 Rock is where they film the show 30 Rock.
So we're having a lot of fun here, but legit for me, you did witness me realizing that Suits is not just because they wore cool suits. It has to do with lawsuits. I didn't watch the show. Well, USA, whatever.
It seems like a USA item.
But yeah, I think, Chi-Chi's Meghan Markle. Chi-Chi's Prince Harrying.
Luckily, she's keeping her hairline, unlike Prince Harry. Boom! Ooh. Harry slam. Nah, Harry, Meghan, do whatever you want.
But yeah, it ends up in... It starts to be this farce where Krillin, because he cannot tell the truth, is invited to dinner. It's like, oh boy, I gotta eat food.
Eat food and be guilty? How do I do both?
And have a date with 2 different women.
Who are coming here right now.
And my boss.
I'm glad we both hit the sitcom beats of this.
Yeah. Because that's what it is.
It is. It's very sitcom-y. Krillin is like, he's I think he even says, he's like, Goku's dead. I mean, delayed. He's delayed.
Dead tired.
Yeah. Or yeah, no, he says he's dead tired. He's delayed or something like that. I'm like, Krillin, you have the Dragon Balls, you fool.
I get it. It's hard. It's hard to tell it's hard to deliver bad news.
I mean, sometimes it's hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Technically, it's so hard.
So hard.
From what I've learned.
So hard.
Say goodbye.
To yesterday, yay.
Gohan pees on a rock.
Oh, yeah. Gohan.
Like father, like son.
Mm-hmm. But unlike his father, Gohan doesn't have to take off all of his clothes to pee on a rock.
We don't see his little peen.
Thank God. And
maybe... Look, Goku was like 10 when we saw his penis all the time. This is a child we're talking about here.
Right.
Show it.
Can't show it. Too young.
Or his little bum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they made this decision. But what? I guess that's it. It's just age was the cutoff point of whose boy peen can you... No, we saw little... In those flashbacks when Goku was a little baby.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only Goku? Is that in his fucking contract? I gotta show Hog, bud. I gotta let it hang out.
It's the only way.
Every movie. I gotta Jason Derulo this shit.
Don't edit it out. Just edit it to be smaller.
Yeah. Leave it on social media. Was it that if he reposted with it edited, but he just shrank it up, would it have been able to stay?
My guess is, yeah. It's an algorithm thing. Look, they're trying to keep large D's off of Instagram, okay?
A reasonable amount of D.
Yeah, they're trying to keep a reasonable amount of D off of Instagram. Instagram loves the double D's, okay? Instagram models got to get paid. Jason Derulo just wants to get laid.
And he's doing both, baby.
I'm sure. I'm sure Jason Derulo is having a great life.
Cat? No one like cats? I don't give a fuck.
He's like, I still have a recording career, you dumbasses.
Gohan, he might not have much of a career left because a dinosaur approaches from the back and gives chase. Gohan thankfully has enough time to pull up his little pants.
Mm-hmm.
Right before the dinosaur swallows him, Gohan goes... I feel like he's going to do this a bunch, and he's already done it a bunch. And we can't call it Super Saiyan, but what are we calling it when a white energy field surrounds him? And he stops being baby Gohan. Super Gohan?
Yeah, we can call him Super Gohan. When he goes Super Gohan, yeah, that seems like we can say that for a little while.
There we go. So he goes Super Gohan. Dinosaur chomps down. Does like a fucking spit. He does like kind of a comedic take, a double take. I'm sorry. That's
yeah. Can we talk about that the cinematics of that? Because I felt it to be very odd. The dinosaur, thinks he's got Gohan. Then he's like chewing the ground. Is like, oh, there's no human in here. And then it's like a really slow, like, pan from behind the dinosaur's head as it looks to the left, then all the way back to the right. And I was like, what? And then the dinosaur even looks up. That may have been their attempt to be funny, but I was more confused by it.
Having a dinosaur carry the comedic weight of a scene, I think, can be difficult.
I think you said it perfectly.
Their faces aren't made for expression like a mammal. I'm sorry, folks.
Uh-oh.
Dinosaurs aren't as expressive as humans.
Uh-oh. Mammal bias.
You get a dog on there. You know what a dog's thinking.
Mammal bias.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that's about it. And then we get a quick cut back to dinner at Chi-Chi's.
Oh, wait. We forgot the most important. The important information.
Oh, right.
Is that Gohan, look, we're trying to get away from it so hard, but Gohan jumped/teleported his way onto one of those plateaus. And he escaped to safety. Yeah, Chi-Chi's back. Like you said, a quick stop at dinner, and it's just Chi-Chi anger eating.
While she's eating, like she's stuffing food in her mouth, Goku-esque, and says, like, I think Oxy's like, I wonder where Goku is. He can starve for all I care. And Krillin just sitting there awkward. I think she's even drinking a beer, too.
Oh, yeah, she pours herself a glass.
Yeah.
For her aim.
so she can aim more effectively her anger at Goku when she's drunk.
Yeah. For her ki blast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a funny bit.
Yeah.
It's funny to see. She's like, where's Goku? She's just mad about it. And then Krillin, we sit. I'm not going to say this thing twice. What are we doing? Let's move on. Because we got to get to a restaurant in the afterlife.
I was trying to give this place a clever nickname, and I was trying to think of what otherworld titles might be for like a diner, and now I realize I didn't write these down, but I should have.
Ghost Evans.
Huh?
Ghost Evans?
Yeah.
Here's some bad ones first.
Yeah, let's get some bad ones out.
Because you go up to the register to pay, so it is a diner.
Mm-hmm. So we've got God Awful House, Home for Infinite Pancakes.
Oh, my power level just went up thinking how good that was. Oh, okay. All right. You fuckers want to, I don't know, we haven't added a new design to the merch store in a while, maybe. And people, look, last I checked, people love a good parody shirt.
Yeah.
If the 200 different t-shirt websites would have me believe something, it would be that people love two pop culture things mixed into one.
And I think that's it right there. We don't even have to go any further, right?
No, that's it. Home for Infinite Pancakes.
All right, should we just end the episode?
Infinite Home of Pancakes.
Well, is
the
it
IHOP?
Oh, right. Infinite Home of Pancakes. Well, we could do both.
Thank you, audience, for coming to our design meeting. We're going to get this copyright.
Oh, that's all on me, isn't it?
And copyright.
Mm-hmm. Copyright, get that copyright.
Farmhouse in the Clouds. There's a bunch of non-human creatures. I think there's a word that we don't say around these parts that I want to call these things. But I'm just going to... It's a bunch of ghouls and goblins. Ghosties. Beasties.
Aaron, we never use those words.
Wait, can I never say... Wait, okay, ghouls. No? Yes.
No, you could say ghouls and goblins.
Goblins. Beasties.
Beasties, check.
Ghoulies is just a form of ghoul.
The plural of ghoul, of course.
Ghoulie. Come for the toilet. We'll get you in the end. Yeah, it's a bunch of cool of those things.
And I think emphasis on cool of those things because the design on all of the ones that we see is great. There's one that works the counter who I think is supposed to be a zombie.
I believe so.
He's got like his eyes and nose and mouth are all not in the right place, and he's blue and his head falls off. There's I think a more traditional ghost with like floating flames, taking people's orders.
My God. Vince, there, in that diner, there's a woman trying to cash out. She was trying to pay for her meal. And she had 3 eyes.
Of course.
Was it 1 in the forehead, 2 in the eye holes? Or was it the other way around?
You nailed it.
Okay. So you would say Tien-like, right?
Yes and no.
But
yeah.
So what does that mean? Is Tien a ghoulie? Is Tien a little ghoulie?
Maybe Tien is one of those ghoulie human hybrids.
Is this Tien's mom is what we're saying?
I think that's what we were both trying to say. Is this Tien's mother?
And she just, tough time. She can't even pay for her meal, which seemed expensive.
It did, like the itemized receipt seemed very long.
I think that she was trying to get up to 50,000 zenny, which I think if we do our zenny to yen comparison, it was about 500 USD. Tien's mom died. So, but are they dead?
Oh man, I feel we are so inequipped because we do not do research.
Counseling.
we need religious counseling. We need a specialist to come through and give us the equipment necessary to discuss these sensitive corporeal and or non-corporeal being issues.
Or I don't know, maybe we're being 2000 and late about this. Maybe in the afterworld they don't need classification.
They just have.
They just are.
Yeah, they just are.
Look, hashtag KHP research.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what's up with this 3-eyed woman or any of these ghoulies and goblins,
because we do see a traditional Cyclops, we see a traditional Frankenstein's monster, a what I can only call an adorable version of the Swamp Thing.
I mean, he makes your heart sing.
Oh, he makes my heart.
He makes your heart sing.
No, Swamp Thing. He makes my heart sing.
He makes everything slimy. Doom. Wipe. Wait, no, wrong song. Weird Al never did Swamp Thing for Wild Thing because there's 3 lines in it.
Yeah. That's I think
too
that's
easy.
Aaron, is that your way of calling Weird Al a coward?
Just do it as a lark.
Come on one of those mini tours.
If Weezer can make a whole album of covers that sound the fucking same as the original songs, no transformation whatsoever, so no fair use. Weird Al could certainly do Swamp Thing for Wild Thing.
And Weird Al will write it for you. Look,
Swamp Thing, I think I love you, but I want a boat for sure.
See?
There's so much dressing and delicious loaded baked potato style sides to this dinner of a scene that we're missing out on the meat of it, which is just the nerd Oni from last episode, I guess, called up Baba, said, "Hey, do you want to have coffee?" She's like, "Fuck it, I'm not doing anything. I need to get out of the house."
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a drink together as he just tells her, "Hey, make sure you tell your brother to, not resurrect Goku right away."
And correct me if I'm wrong, Baba gets almost like the PI treatment in these shots. Like she's looking so severe and there's steam coming out of her cup of tea or coffee or whatever they're serving there.
If my grandparents were any indication, it's coffee. It's coffee right after a meal, which I've grown to like. After a meal. If someone offers me coffee, yep, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, why not?
I just thought it was the weirdest thing back in the day.
Coffee's
a morning drink.
Yeah, back in the day, yes. I was
back when I was a younger man.
Yeah, as a younger man, I was like, no, coffee is to be drunk between the hours of 5 and 8. Then only orange juice.
Being a rebellious, regimented youth.
I love how that's how we rebelled with structure.
So yeah, that's just it. Nothing too major. Bob was like, Goku still want to train. Well, that's a thing.
Mm-hmm. The Oni, after ending the message, says, he said he'll owe you one. And then Baba goes, he owes me plenty, that Goku. It's like, why are you mad at him?
I just, look, I can... I didn't want to tell him where the Dragon Ball was. I don't give a fuck. You know,
Yeah.
Gohan, old man Gohan, there are two now, I forgot. He was like, look, I'll fight for you for like 100 years contract. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's juicy. That's a good deal. But he's like, but if I fight my grandson ever, then I'm released from contract. I'm like, well, that'll never fucking happen. So look, I lost a fighter, okay? That's what happened.
Oh, Baba, I'm truly sorry, but
He owes me 100 years.
I'm not the person to talk to. I could give you the number of the Oni that's in charge of, I think we call them interworld agreements, IWAs. I could send you their contact information, maybe an email or
Do you have his card or something?
I have their crystal ball frequency.
I prefer an email first before I call, but yeah, that'll work.
So you can email Karen at OniIWA.com.
Karen.
Yeah, the very same Karen. She runs most of Otherworld HR, including the IWAs.
What's her haircut like? Real quick.
It's a classic bob. Pink like yours.
All right, I guess. Thank you. Look, what are you doing after this, huh?
Oh,
I got an afternoon free.
I'm very busy. I have to categorize all of King Yema's shoes.
Oh, you work really hard, don't you? Let me just put my hand on yours.
Okay, Baba. So I didn't want to speak out of turn because you are respected here in Otherworld, but some of the other Oni have mentioned that you've been trying to pick them up.
What? I'm looking around wildly. What? No.
Baba.
What?
Baba.
I'm still holding your hand.
Baba, you're making a scene at the diner. I wanted to meet at a public place so this wouldn't happen.
Oh.
And now it's
Kevin. Really? You brought me all this way.
Don't touch my face.
Just to give me a message.
Stop touching my face.
All right, I'm just putting my thumb up against your pillowy lips.
Oh, Baba. So the apple doesn't fall very far from the tree, huh?
Look, of course, number one for me, with a bullet, money. Love of my life. Apple of my eye. But look, when you get my age, humans just don't do it for you anymore.
Baba, I did not need to know
you could say I've got a bit of a fuck it list.
Okay, she said it. She said, okay, well, I gave you the information that Goku asked me to give you. You said you received it. You'll give it to your brother. Okay, I have to go. King Yema is waiting.
I don't know. A movie.
Kevin! Why aren't my shoes categorized?
King Yema, you're fucking shit up for me.
Baba! This isn't a cock block. This is just job talk.
Because I turned you down.
No, I turned you down.
No. I said, do you want turn down service for this room?
And I said, turn down for what?
I said, please turn down the music. I can't concentrate.
And then I asked you to leave, because if you don't want to bang me while I listen to Little John, then you're not hot enough.
All I'm going to say is we got a real Ox King situation. Don't think it would have worked. All I'm going to say.
Oh, Baba, I am so tempted to kick you out of Otherworld forever and not give you access to any fighters. Do you have a message you need to deliver?
Fine. Just, Kevin, you know where I at. And I know what you like. You can't fool, but I'm a fortune teller. I know all. And one day, I'm going to go ahead and say 373 days from now, and 2 hours and 3 minutes, you'll come back.
I certainly will not.
Kevin!
I have to go. Bye-bye.
Time to borrow some magazines from my brother, I guess.
And
seed.
Oh my God.
Turned down for what, I guess?
What a scene.
Cut to Goku. It's just a gag about him getting hungry.
It really is. Didn't seem necessary.
He's like, oh, that dude lied to me. He said I wasn't going to get hungry because I'm a ghost, but here I am.
Hungry.
I mean, he does have his physical body still, is what Kame explained last time. I don't know if we covered it, but that was a fact, Jack.
Skellington.
Mm-hmm.
Tying into the corporeal.
What's this? What's this? It's Gohan on a ledge. What's this?
What's this?
He's almost nearly dead.
What's this? What's this? He's cold and tired and scared. What's this? What's this? Two crispy apples appeared.
Piccolo is watching from above the mountaintop.
Piccolo.
His heart is softening and now he doesn't know when to stop. Caring for this boy that is neither kith nor kin. He'll make sure Gohan lives, but this is the final help he'll give.
Hooray!
Fuck, I surprised myself on that one.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
Wait, no further. You got it. That's what happened.
You got it. That was it.
Explanation. No further explanation.
That's Dragon Ball the musical. Someone call off book.
Gohan. Okay, Gohan gets these apples that Piccolo gave him secretly. Mm-hmm. He's got a tough guy image to maintain. And then Gohan just fucking complain as he's eating them.
He does complain
just
while
complain.
He's like, oh, finally, apples. These apples are sour.
But I want shumai, a curry. This is bullshit. And he's just like, and it's just close-ups of him chomping down like a little squirrel person.
Yeah, he eats both those fucking apples, so they were
He goes
fine.
to town. This kid sucks. And I love Gohan.
We might be the only DBZ fans that do truly love Gohan.
From what I know of Super, they did him dirty. I think.
I mean, I can't believe there's stuff that you have not seen, and why. You're gonna figure out why people are so upset and like just aren't Gohan fans anymore.
I don't blame Gohan.
I don't blame Gohan.
It's not
either.
his fault.
I don't blame. It's
Gohan.
As
if there's a force controlling his actions. It's like a pod person situation, which you wouldn't know anything about.
I wouldn't.
Wait a minute. Vince doesn't usually have a breakdown.
Face hatch opening. Face hatch opening.
Space hatch? Vince normally doesn't show us. He usually mutes his space hatch when we record.
Aaron, I'm not from this planet.
What?
I took on Vince's form in order to understand what podcasting was all about.
Maybe you might want to pick another one. I would say this is incomplete data.
It is too late. I have sent your podcast to my people over 1,000 light years away.
Oh, okay. So it's at minimum 1,000 years is when it'll get there.
More or less. In that time, you and Vince mustn't die. Our people will come looking for you to take you back to their planet for constant entertainment about this Dragon Ball.
I mean, look, I think first of all, the dream of any entertainer is steady employment. So I love that idea, but I don't think you know that much about humans and their lifespans. Because I'm going to say, legally, I have to say 99.9% of humans don't live that long. So...
my calculations were incorrect. I knew I should have gone to WTF for entertainment. You two humans will always have a strong place in my feelers.
Wait, are you dying?
The inability for this robot to keep up with the improv function of the one Fitz White has caused the robot to overheat.
Oh no. I could barely tell. No, look, I'll be honest. I couldn't tell. I thought you were the actual Vince. I was having such a good time, and now I'm very... Look, I'm sorry you have to leave. That you're malfunctioning, and I don't have the skills to fix you.
Aaron, I am sorry too. I now understand why your fan base is so enamored with the two of you. I am so grateful to have had this time here on Earth. Despite the amount of killing I had to do to get here, Vince not included. He is safe,
Yeah, where is he at?
sleeping.
Well, the episode's technically done. We got a letter we should read. Can you hang out for that?
I will try to adjust the coolant system and
Okay.
make sure we can get through the email.
Ooh, I hear it. Sounds like you ever got a glass bottle of Coke and open that sucker when it's real cold?
Hot damn, you know I did, baby.
Ooh, real Vince. Or is this real Vince or robot Vince back to a normal level of Vince?
Operating at 90% Vince.
Okay. Cool.
Baby.
Listener Jake has written to us again. They write, listening to the new episode, kinda late, but I'm wondering if, during the fight with Raditz, there was a moment where Piccolo thought, shit, I should have tried a fake apology. Keep rocking the dragon, and as always, keep fighting. Can Piccolo lie?
I bet you there's some part about him being tied to Kame that he can't lie.
He chopped down that cherry tree once, and then he's like, that's it. He can lie about his feelings. He can lie to himself.
It's true. He can lie to everybody but he can lie to himself but no one else.
Yeah.
Which I think proves true.
Man, yeah. What a good character trait.
Look, that's why I love Piccolo.
Aspiring writers.
The examination of Piccolo.
He does not have an inner life. There are some people, and this is neither right nor wrong, but
I'll be the judge of that.
some people don't have an inner dialogue.
Oh.
They literally don't hear voices. It's all visual. And it's not because, which of course, when I first heard, well, that's weird because I have an inner dialogue that, tries to get me to do stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, man. But some people just don't think in voices. So it's possible, and we don't know nothing about Namekian physiology. Maybe, and I could be completely wrong about my factoid. It was off Reddit, so who knows? Maybe Namekian physiology does not support looking inward. Or it's something that has to be learned, which is probably true for everyone. Kame learned it.
Kame did learn it. He learned it so well that he separated the inside of himself.
Yeah, he saw there. He's like, I don't like that.
So maybe that's why Piccolo can't do it.
He doesn't have the part of them that can.
He's
non-reflective.
Yeah, he's all id, no ego.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's only reactionary.
Aaron, are we Namekian researchers?
I mean, how dare you say the R word?
I
forgot. I'm sorry.
I mean,
it's Robot Vince. I'm sorry. I don't want to cause a paradox that blows a circuit. My bad. I forgot because you're so good at it. I think that's it. I think you just can't lie.
Big old bead of sweat dripping down my own brow now. Got to examine myself.
Yeah. Physician, examine thyself. But thank you, Jake. Thank you for writing in.
Thank you, Jake.
We got a few more messages that we can't get to right now because Robot Vince has an appointment with his space father, I think.
I must return to the mothership at once.
Yeah.
My Vince levels are below 25%.
All right, I'll handle the outro because, look, if you want to write to us, you can at kamehousepartypod@gmail.com. We're on all the socials, Kame House Party. Come talk to us. If you got some research for us, hashtag that stuff, KHP Research, and we will maybe say it on the air. Continue sharing the podcast. Real Vince will be back next week, so you don't have to worry about that. And thank you again, everyone, for listening. We appreciate all of you for coming along on this journey with us. We love it, and we hope you love it too.
Aaron, if I may do the outro.
Go for if you have the strength.
I'm using the last bit of power cells in this Vince robot to say this. No matter if you are trying to learn about the secrets of podcasting or trying to become a human being. You got to keep fighting.
No! Robo Vince Pod Person.
What the? What? Oh, why is my setup
Vince, you're covered in smoke and
covered
you're
in-
covered in slime.
smoking slime? Oh my god!
The two S's.
Did we just do a podcast? Did I black out?
Oh boy, I got a story to tell you.
Next time
I'm
on Kame House Party Z.
Bye.
I. To be fair, that alien was nut scented.
I hope you leave that in.
I will.